alleged crimes. It seems he is currently winning the battle, because Diddy keeps being hit by lawsuit after lawsuit, each one worse than the last. Another batch of lawsuits has been filed against Diddy, including one alleging that he raped a 13-year-old girl. 2 other lawsuits were filed in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, respectively.
Sean Diddy Combs, a music mogul, is facing a series of new civil lawsuits, including allegations he sexually assaulted 2 teenagers. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, has the details. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. This new batch of civil lawsuits accuses Sean Combs of and sexually assaulting 7 more alleged victims. One of them says she was 13 at the time, and certain celebrities were there watching.
One of the suits is from Jane Doe, when she attempted to attend the MTV Video Music Awards.
The first page of the lawsuit comes out swinging, reading, quote, "Defendant Combs and raped a 13-year-old girl at a house party. Many others were present but did nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he's above the law. He is not." This next part is echoed through all 5 lawsuits. That behind the facade of being a 3-time Grammy Award winner, discovering and developing multiple famous musical artists, and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers in the world, there existed something sinister, a dark underbelly of crime, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, and prostitution. Combs is a menace to society, women, and children. The lawsuits state Combs' business enterprise is central to the pervasive acts of sexual assault and abuse committed by him during the last decades. That's companies like Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Books Holdings, Bad Boy Records, and Combs Enterprises that have been headquartered in both Los Angeles and Manhattan. On the surface, these are legitimate operations, but behind the curtains, they were allegedly fronts to sexually threaten and coerce hundreds of individuals through sexual quid pro quo schemes. According to all 5 suits, Combs and his staff engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and prostitutions. This abuse was, at times, verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated both men and women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with both commercial sex workers and unsuspecting partygoers.
After only 1 drink, the plaintiff claimed she began to feel woozy and lightheaded and went to an unoccupied bedroom to lie down.
Once inside, 2 men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement, informing her that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave them her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Eventually, Jane Doe accepted a drink that was reddish-yellow mixture, tasting of orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. Jane Doe believes Diddy or his associates slipped something into her drink. And the lawsuit even includes a photo of the container used to put GHB into drinks. After drinking just 1 drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff entered what she believed to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. Soon after, Combs, along with a male and female celebrity, entered the room. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You are ready to party." As Jane Doe recalls, Diddy threw her toward a male celebrity, listed only as Celebrity A, who took off her clothes. After that, she says Celebrity A raped her, while Diddy and a female celebrity, referred to as Celebrity B, watched along. After all this, Celebrity A held Jane Doe down as Diddy raped her. Celebrity B was still watching all this. Later, Diddy tried to force Jane Doe to perform oral sex on him, but she resisted and hit him in the neck. At that point, he stopped. Jane Doe then ran from the room naked, searching for an exit to the home. She eventually put her clothes back on and ran to a nearby gas station. The clerk there noticed Jane Doe seemed to be distressed and allowed her to use the phone. Jane Doe then called her dad, saying she had lied about where she was going and asked to be picked up. Since then, Jane Doe says she's fallen into a deep depression that continues to affect every facet of her life.
Diddy has vehemently rejected all claims made against him. Diddy counsel declined to comment, citing their earlier statement that they had complete trust in the facts, legal defenses, and the court process. In court, the truth will prevail.
The same can be said for another Jane Doe, who says she was assaulted by Diddy in Las Vegas in 2014. This Jane Doe lives in Alabama now, but says she met up with Diddy at a party on Memorial Day weekend in 2014. Describing the setting, Jane Doe says Diddy's infamous Las Vegas parties were legendary events, known for their exclusivity, extravagance, and celebrity guest list. These high-profile parties attracted A-list celebrities from across the entertainment, fashion, and business worlds. The events were lavishly decorated, featured live music performances, and boasted top-tier food and beverages. The atmosphere at these parties was one of opulence and luxury, often making headlines for their celebrity guest lists, over-the-top entertainment, and the stunning aesthetics of the event. Many unsuspecting individuals were recruited to attend these parties. Some individuals were recruited in various cities and were paid to fly in and to attend these functions. Jane Doe attended one such party when she and two of her friends visited Las Vegas in 2014. The group was staying at Hotel Rio. While there, Jane Doe reached out to other people she'd met in the entertainment industry to see if there were any cool events taking place. She reached out to someone only identified as International Smooth, someone she'd met at a party in Miami just a few years prior. Based on his Instagram stories, Jane Doe knew he was in Las Vegas and soon discovered he worked as a party promoter. After that, he invited her to an exclusive party at a popular poolside lounge called Club Rehab. The only catch was that Jane Doe had to go to the party alone, meaning her two friends couldn't join. After what the lawsuit calls some awkwardness, Jane Doe relented and headed to the party solo. While at the party, Jane Doe met many celebrities, including Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, and Nicki Minaj. She saw more that she did not meet. Plaintiff Jane Doe took pictures or videos with many of these celebrities and posted them to her private Instagram page.
She also met Diddy, who expressed hope that she was enjoying the party. As the event at Club Rehab started to wind down, Jane Doe was invited by Smooth to an after-party at Diddy's suite in the Planet Hollywood Hotel. Once there, she spoke with Diddy again, who directed her to a bar area stocked with bottles of his De Leon tequila. He encouraged her to help herself, and that's when it started.
She only had one or two drinks, but about 40 minutes later, Jane Doe started to feel nauseated and dizzy. She even began to lose control of her motor functions. So Jane Doe found Smooth and told him she wasn't feeling well, so she planned to leave. Instead, he pointed her in the direction of an empty bedroom and told her to lie down. He said Jane Doe would be left alone and the door would be locked. The next thing Jane Doe recalls is waking up the following morning, feeling very groggy and sore. Her entire body hurt and it felt difficult to move. As soon as she awoke, she saw Combs in the corner of the room, shirtless and yelling loudly and with animation at someone over the phone. He was the only person in the room with her, and it was clear that someone else had been in bed with her. Out of fear and confusion, plaintiff remained silent and still until Combs left the room and she heard the front door to the suite close. When Jane Doe got up, she realized she was naked and she was extremely sore in her genital area. At that point, she realized she'd been by Diddy. Jane Doe left the room and went back to Hotel Rio, where her friends were staying. She slept for the next 2 days, only remembering vague glimpses of her friends trying to wake her up and offer her water. Afterwards, her friends told her that they did their best to take care of her during this time, but she was largely incoherent. Jane Doe says since 2014, not a day has gone by that she didn't think of this incident. Jane Doe believes she was drugged with some spiked Ciroc vodka, while John Doe says he was sexually assaulted at a party promoting Ciroc. This party apparently happened in Los Angeles in or around 2022. It was hosted by Ciroc and Diddy, who owned some stake in the company and was a celebrity spokesperson for the drink. Prior to this party, John Doe had a long-standing relationship with Diddy. John Doe is a businessman in LA whose company specializes in renting luxury cars and jewelry. In the past, John Doe had rented cars or jewelry to Diddy and members of his entourage. Combs began awkwardly moving closer to plaintiff. As he did so, Combs removed his pants and exposed his genitals to plaintiff. Combs continued to move closer and then grabbed plaintiff's genitals through his pants, squeezing them in a rough and sexual manner. Plaintiff, shocked and disoriented, froze momentarily and did not know how to respond to the weirdly inappropriate sexual advances made by Combs. This situation apparently escalated until someone, referred to as Professional Athlete A, entered the office and interrupted this assault. John Doe left the party and went home but took a picture of the Ciroc bottle from the party. This same year as that John Doe's alleged assault, Another John Doe alleges he too was assaulted by Diddy at a Los Angeles after-party. This John Doe is a personal trainer who's familiar with celebrities and notable people who he coaches in health and fitness. One such client was a fashion designer who in 2022 told John Doe she'd shared his workout videos with Diddy. Diddy was apparently impressed and wanted to meet John Doe and even feature him in a video. So this fashion designer invited John Doe to attend an exclusive award show after-party hosted by Diddy. On June 27, 2022, a black Lincoln Navigator arrived at John Doe's home to escort him to Diddy's house in the Hollywood Hills. When John Doe arrived, one of Combs' business associates greeted him at the entrance. This person explained plaintiff, John Doe, needed to execute a non-disclosure agreement as a condition of entry into the party. Plaintiff ultimately consented to the agreement because he wanted to meet Combs and have an opportunity to promote himself and his business. John Doe didn't get a copy of this NDA, but instead was handed a drink that looked like tequila soda with a cranberry mixer.
This, for the most part, seemed to be Diddy's MO. But what's most interesting in these lawsuits is the involvement of celebrities. And we know for a fact that Jay-Z not only was closely involved with Diddy, someone accused of sex trafficking, but also R. Kelly, someone convicted of pedophilia. So really the question is, how long before Jay-Z is arrested?